How are you guys doing today? Because I am doing pretty good. I just came back from my comp over the weekend. I was at what was it? Flag City Summer 2023. Um I was kind of being a bit private about whether or not I was going to that competition, but I don't really care if you guys know. That's fine. I feel like oddly enough, I feel I care more about like people, like certain people finding out my what's the word? Finding out like stuff about like my Discord and other areas of my internet life rather than like personal stuff like that. But um today I don't really have anything like big planned for what I'm gonna stream. I'm probably just going to I wanted to like start by I guess talking about the competition and my weekend, and then also talking about like my goals moving forward and what I'm gonna practice and stuff like that. So give me a second. So I'm just thinking about where to start because like I have a ton to say. Um, well, like first off, I like the experience of competing, I guess, like far exceeded my expectations. Like I did not expect it to be that much fun. It was because okay, I have this music on, but anyway, um it was the reason why it was so much fun for me was because like I don't know, like it just felt it was like really nerve wracking, which I mean I didn't really like having that much nervousness, I guess. But like overall I liked like going up there and then like feeling like sort of this like feeling of suspense as I was solving and like beforehand, and also I just felt like I mean even though like no one was really like um watching me, like they were probably watching like Luke Garrett, obviously, like he was the best one at that comp. He got the second place in the world for 3x3 single, like at the comp. I didn't witness that, by the way. I was talking to like my sister and my mom were there. I was just talking to them about like how I did in Scube, and then I just hear yes, yes, and then I see him like run by and do like you know like how football players like they slide across the ground to like get a touchdown. Like I saw him do like a football slide on the floor, and and then I'm like, what happened? And the thing is, I forgot that they were doing 3x3 round two. I thought that they were still doing Scube. So I saw 3.44 and I'm like, okay, 3 seconds is pretty good for Scube. I don't see why you would get excited. And then I looked at the cube and it was a 3x3 and I'm like, wait, wait, that's really good. Oh my god. So, but what I'm saying is like, well, first of all, it felt like what's it called? My family already knows how I solve cubes, and they already know like about what I average. I don't know why I started the timer. That was a mistake. But it felt really good to be able to show off to them. It felt good to be able to compare my times to others. It felt really good. Like when I was doing 5x5 and 4x4, I had no idea, like no idea whether or not I'd make cutoff. So so like that was another thing that like it was super suspenseful trying to make cutoff for those events. And yeah, it just like it added a new context for speed solving for me, because I feel like speed solving, like for me it was always solving first and speed second. I guess. Like, I always had fun, like, trying to solve new puzzles and trying to solve a 3x3 in new different ways. But now it's, in the context of a competition, like, obviously it's, like, speed first rather than, like, the puzzling aspect of it first. Which is, like, a different context than I'm used to, and it was a lot of fun. Um, but I have a ton to say. I apologize. Okay, here. How about let's do some Megaminx or Gigaminx. Yeah, maybe we should do some Gigaminx as I'm talking about this. Or yeah, no. I here. Let's do casual slow solves with Megaminx. I'm glad that this cube didn't pop during the competition. Like, another thing that happened is I used the Wingy V2 Scube for my Scube section. And I was like, the reason why I used it is because it's the cube I'm most used to, and it's the cube I like, in terms of control the most. But I was like, what if it pops during my solves? That would be awful. But it didn't, so I was lucky. God, why can't I... Okay, I can't fix it for some reason. Here, let me try sliding it in, like, a little bit. Okay, there we go. But now I need to get the corner in, which is even harder. Or, wait, is it? Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, I fixed it. So let's do some Megaminx solves as I speak. Very first event of the competition was Square One. And I mentioned this on the video I took of Square One, which was I honestly didn't expect to have any competition nerves. Like I expected to maybe be like a little bit like, I don't know, like maybe just have like a little bit of suspense. But like when I went up to solve Square One, my hands were shaking to the point where I couldn't do algorithms normally. Like I couldn't turn the cube because my hands were just like this. So like I inspected the cube. I recognized what like cube shape type of thing I have to do because like Yoilberry you still need to do like not cube shape but something similar to cube shape. Like you need to get into barrel or scallop barrel. Yeah, I think there's like multiple different shapes you can go into for Yoilberry versus other methods where you just need to go into cube shape. But I inspected that. And then from there, I started building blocks, and then after that, I couldn't see PLL. I was like, it just looked like, I just saw black and yellow. I couldn't see, like, I couldn't, like, I saw, I saw black and yellow, I saw the colors I was supposed to do. And I think, like, my brain was, like, I recognized what case it was in my head. Like, for some reason, I knew the name of the case I had to do, but I didn't know what case it was. And instead of taking the time to breathe and figure out what case it was, I just started doing turns. And then that led me to needing to start the solve over. And that's why I got like a 1 minute long solve. And I just felt like super embarrassed there. Because I was like, God damn it, I'm normally like 1:45. At least I have another solve though. Like it's 2 tries and to make cutoff. And I was like, I could definitely make cutoff on my second try. Second try I got a W perm. And W perms are really easy. It's like it's a 2-gen algorithm. It's like you can't do the equivalent on a 3x3 because it's a different type of turn. But like it's purely 2-gen. So I was like, okay, great. I have an easy algorithm. But no, because I did it from the wrong angle and then started over. And in that video, you can see, like if you watch my it's the video called like Yoilberry fail. I posted it a couple days ago. If you watch it, you could see me. Sorry, you could hear me say, I think that's it. because like after I made that mess up, I was like, there's no recovering from this. Like maybe I could still make the time limit, but there's no way I can make cutoff. Um, so I feel like Square One wasn't really a good first impression to the competition. I just felt like really. Thanks, Sayin. Thanks, Sayin. I'm really glad to have you, and it was a lot of fun being at the competition. But oh dang, the Mega Minx is out of frame. Here, let me keep it like right about here. I'm just doing casual Mega Minx solves as I talk about the competition. Like I don't have anything specific planned for the stream. Like I want to do some Minx solves, and then I might want to do some 3x3 color neutral stuff later on, but we'll see. And then, ironically, okay, well, no. Well, first I want to mention this, was that the judge was like really, I mean, I don't know if he was like curious about Yoilberry, but he was like, wow, that is a weird method that you're using, like, and that was the reaction I was hoping to get, honestly. I was worried that like a judge would like halfway, my biggest fear during Square One was halfway through a solve, like I would get like a young kid as my judge, and halfway through the solve he would be like, what are you doing? Because like I never go into cube shape. But that didn't happen. Luckily, the guy watched me patiently, and then he saw I never went into cube shape, and he was like, I thought you skipped everything, but no. And then I was just really bummed. I was like, man, I could have gotten sub 45, but I didn't. And then I felt, ironically, even though I DNF'd both 7x7 and 6x6, I felt better about those solves. Because, like, during those solves, I managed to compose myself. I managed to, like, figure out not efficient solutions, but, like, solutions that are pretty good for me. I tried my best. And turns out I wasn't really alone. Like I thought that everyone going for 7x7 would be like an absolute beast at 7x7, and I'd be like the one person to DNF. But no, like there were a few other guys there who DNF'd. I spoke to one guy before my solve, and I'm like, dude, I don't think I'm gonna make it. And he was like, me neither. And I'm like, I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad I'm not alone. And that guy, I forget his name, but he had a really cool color scheme on his cube. He had white next to yellow, blue next to green, and red next to orange. And in my opinion, it looked really pretty. So like that was cool. But anyway, after so there isn't really much to say about, I guess there isn't as much to say about the first day. Like I did 6x6, then I did 5x5. 5x5 I went into it not knowing what my average time was, and also not knowing what the cutoff was, or like the time limit rather. I was like, so I was just solving as fast as I could, and then I stopped the timer and I immediately like celebrated. I was like, yes, I made the time limit. He didn't stop me from solving. I think I got like 2:30 and the time limit was 3:30. So I was like I was like, I had that in the bag, so I didn't even have to worry, but I was worried. And then there was the same type of deal for 4x4. I did, what's it called? I thought the time limit was 1:30 for 4x4, but the time limit was 2:30. So I saw, here, let me move the camera a little bit. But I thought the time limit was 1:30, but it was 2:30. And then so then when I got around like 1 minute 20 seconds, I was like, shit, I'm not gonna finish in time. And I also felt bad because I was right next to like a kid, and I was just swearing like profusely. but then I was like, oh man, I didn't make the time limit. And the kid was like, you know the time limit's 2:30, right? And I'm like, oh, it's 2:30. I thought it was 1:30. Okay. And I felt a lot better. And then the next solve was my 4x4 PB. When I was at the competition, I thought that both solves were PBs, but it was the next one was a PB. But I didn't think about like what my PB was. Like I didn't know like how fast I didn't know how fast or slow I was at 4x4. I knew that I averaged around 2 minutes. So a minute 22 is I just knew that that was extremely good for me for 4x4. So yeah. And then the last event of the first day was Mega Minx, which was very disappointing. My results for Mega Minx were disappointing. Okay, so this is something I haven't mentioned. I don't think I mentioned this to anyone after the competition. So I'll show you after this solve is over. But oh god, this corner permutation is terrible. But okay, so when I got my scramble, like when I like was like okay ready, and they took the cover off, the cube was like this. I mean, I don't mean that it was solved. I mean like it was scrambled, but the layer was like a quarter turned or like half. Like the layer was like this. So I just ignored it and then inspected like that. However, it really messed with my brain because I was like, I don't know why, like having this layer turned like incorrectly just was like, what is this? Like what is this like cube? What is this scramble? And then that led to bad F2L for me. And S2L wasn't great either, as you could see in the video. It took me like a good 20 seconds, I think, to do edge orientation. And then even then I failed. Like there were 2 edges that were still flipped that I didn't see. Then the second solve was extremely heartbreaking because I did the inspection. Look. Okay, I'll reenact it. I did the inspection. I found a very good solution. I started the timer, and then I started solving. Woohoo! And then it was like, the F2L was going very well. I made like a block within 40 seconds, and then the judge was like, "You didn't start the timer." Cause I guess I pressed it too quickly. I don't know. Like it felt like a good amount of time, but I pressed it too quickly, and then the timer didn't start. And I was just really disappointed. Because that solve was going to be a very good solve, I could tell. But no. So, bad end to that day. Fortunately, the next day started with 2x2. And, I don't really practice 2x2. So like literally, I got to the competition. They were doing the 2x2 round before my round, and then I just sat down and started practicing Ortega for like the first time in a month, which isn't a very good thing to do. Like practice your events before the competition, but if I'm being honest, 2x2 was the event that I cared about by far the least. I mean, maybe 4x4. Like, I don't... Like, 4x4 is kind of not really too interesting of an event for me. But 2x2, I was like, I never practiced 2x2, so I'm good. I don't need, I don't need, like, extensive practice on it. what that led to was I messed up two different solves in two different ways basically, but like I didn't mess them up too badly. Unfortunately, I got the two solves I messed up were both 10 seconds, so one of the 10s counted for my average. But but a lot of the other solves are pretty good. I had one solve with CLL. I mean, like, I didn't have a solve with CLL. I had a solve that potentially could have been CLL. Like, I'll show you in a second. Like, I guess I'll show you with this 3x3. Here, let's just build let's just do like that, and then. So what happened was I built a layer. So I built a layer, and then I had this case, right? I had this case. The way you solve this case in CLL is like this. But the thing is, I was in Ortega mode. So I just saw that I had pi. I saw that I had pi, so I started doing pi. But a split second beforehand, I recognized diagonal corner permutation. So my brain didn't put 2 and 2 together and say like, okay, do that CLL that you already know. What I did instead was I did this, like I did the OLL right into PLL. Like without, like by one looking, basically it was a 2-look solve is what I'm saying. Like it was a 2-look Ortega solve. Which is very nice. So 2x2 was much, much more encouraging for me because of how, like how much better I was doing than like the events from the day before. Like the day before, in my opinion, was just a mess. I mean, it was fun, and I did, like, at the very least, decent, but it was a mess. And then what else? And then Pyraminx. Oh my god, Pyraminx. And the stupid miss scramble, dude. I could have... Okay, so, if you guys didn't see my short, I had a 4-mover, like a 4-move body as a miss scramble on Pyraminx. Which like never, like that like never happens, and I didn't know, the judge didn't know, and I should have known. Like I should have known that it was a miss scramble because like no one else. I was waiting for like someone to have a solve as like not as good as mine, but like to have a solve using that scramble and see like what other people could do, because that could have easily been like a world record scramble. But my point is that for Pyraminx, I forget exactly what my solves looked like. I got like I got a bunch of 10s, a 9, and then I believe I got a 4. So I had a pretty good average. But like it was just really, like my heart kind of sank when I found out that it was a miss scramble, you know? I wanted to show like friends that I made at the competition. I was like, yo, check out this solve I just did. And then they were like, that's not right. Like that has to be a miss scramble. And then I'm like, damn it. And then I reported it to the delegate. I was like, hi, I believe I have a miss scramble. And then he was like, what's it called? Like he went to go fix that. Like we went to do another solve. And then sorry, I'm not really solving this because I'm just trying to tell this story right now. Like as he was like trying to fix the situation, I was like, I'm just really disappointed, and like he understood. But oh man, it was just such a good solve in my opinion. What happened after that was actually wait, something I want to address first is that I titled the video as a Pyraminx Oka Misscramble, and the method I actually was using in that moment was Oka, but technically it wasn't, because technically it could have been like V first or top first with like the V or top skipped. It was literally like an entire top was made, the centers were oriented already, everything was good, I just needed to do the last 3 edges algorithm. But in that moment, when I was inspecting, I hyper focused on one top. I saw I have an edge and I have an edge that's misplaced. I'm gonna do Oka. And then I didn't see what the solution was from there. I was just hyper focusing on making sure I did Oka right. So that's why it's called Oka, and that's why, like, I feel like it's not the best way to think about it. I'm back. 3 of my cubes are almost at F2L stage. Nice. Wait, so are you like learning? Wait, are you learning 3x3 in general, or are you like practicing like F2L? Because I know that you said that like I think you said something about like you being able to solve certain cubes but not a 3x3. So if you're learning 3x3, like that's awesome, man. But anyway. Oh wait, I didn't. Oh wait, yes, I did talk about the Megaminx solve from the day before. But anyway, the resolve on the misscramble, like the second solve I had to do in order to correct the misscramble, was it was much slower. And the reason for that is because I inspected, I said, okay, I'm gonna do Oka. Because I saw a solution for Oka, I saw I could insert an edge in the wrong position, making the top. And then I could just orient these 3 centers. And then, you know, like from there, do Oka. The problem was I put the edge in the wrong way, and by the wrong way, I mean the right way. Because like I basically started doing I basically started doing keyhole instead of Oka, and then that like messed up my brain. I was like, wait, what? This isn't what I want to do. And then I recovered. I got a 10-second solve, but that was not. Wait, was it 10 seconds or was it like 12 seconds? I forget. But that was not ideal. And after that was 3x3. I was. Okay, after my square one flub from the day before, or actually one thing I should say was, and this will, I mean, if this will kind of make it very easy to figure out like what my real name is, but again, I don't really care about people knowing my real name on the internet. I just care about people like, you know, knowing where I live or something like that. That's problematic. But what I was gonna say was I was the very last person to get into Pyraminx round 2, which sort of was like a very, I guess, moving moment for me, because I was like, I'm an actually decent Pyraminx solver if I made it to round 2. If like I'm in the top 50%, that's like an accomplishment. Like I'm a pretty good Pyraminx solver if that's the case. And that was like really good to think about. But then I didn't know for sure until after 3x3. Nice segue. I didn't know for sure until after 3x3. And 3x3 was, I'm trying to think of how 3x3 went. First solve, I was very nervous. When I was inspecting, I don't have like the scrambles, so I can't do like reconstructions. But I was inspecting the first solve, I saw 4 bad edges and a free pair. So I did a pretty inefficient solution to solve like an X EO line. Like it involved like wide R2 U2 R2 U2 or something like that. Because I basically built a block and then built the line, which is kind of bad in ZZ. But like I just did in that moment what I thought was the best thing to do. I wasn't like thinking about efficiency, I was just thinking about my own comfort, I guess. So that way I could solve faster. And then I forget what the rest of F2L was like. I did OCLL without, like, I just saw I had L, so I didn't try to recognize COLL. For all I know, I could have gotten a ZBLL that I knew, but I didn't. In that moment, I was like, let me just do it the beginner way. And then after that, I got an A perm. And when I got the A perm, this cube is very prone to like making mistakes, because like it doesn't, the magnets are weak, the corner cutting is very good, which I mean is a positive, but like if you turn very fast, like you're very likely to make a wrong turn. So when I did the A perm, I was like I turned extremely slowly for the A perm. And even then, even after all that, I got a 16-second solve, which was the second best in the average. So that kind of told me, like, I'm off to a good start, because I made mistakes in that solve, and yet I still got a 16-second solve. The next solve, I forget what the solution was like, but it was worse than the first one. What's it called? The solution itself and the solve itself were both worse than the first one, and I got a 17-second solve for that. Got 2 edges left for F2L. Nice, nice. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you, man. But what's it called? So what was it? 16 seconds. Yeah. So the next solve was 17 seconds. And when I saw it was 17 seconds, I actually cheered. I was like, yes! Like, the first solve I didn't cheer when I got 16 seconds. Like, but why is that? Why did I cheer for 17 seconds and not 16? Because that was 2 sub-20 solves. So that means that told me that the average was going, like, solidly. Like, that was, like, everything was going well. Like, better than I expected for 3x3. I'm like, man, I'm going really slow with this Mega Mink solve because I'm just kind of talking as I do this. What else was I gonna say? But, third solve, I just remembered what the third solve was. Very efficient, like, I believe it was, like, a pretty efficient, like, F2L. Yeah, very efficient F2L. Like, the block on the right-hand side was, like, R2, U2, R2. I mean, there was other stuff in between, but, like, a lot of it was like a full line block building, like in Rue. So that was a very good block. It was the second slowest solve in the average, though, and the reason for that was because I forgot ZBLL. I recognize here. Let me solve this 3x3 so I can show what case it was. I'll kind of show my thought process as well. Okay, so it was I believe it was like this case. Okay, so it was this case, yes. Or wait, no. Wait, maybe? Okay, because I remember it being... I feel like the corner... the two, like, corners that were matching were the left-hand ones. But I also remember the pair being... I don't know, man. But it was something like this. It was either this one or it was the mirror, right? And, what happened was I recognized it. I said, oh, I have ZBLL. Like, I have a ZBLL that I know. And then I looked at these two corners. Or wait, no. I looked at the pair. I saw hey, this is, hang on one sec, sorry. I looked at the pair and I was like, hey, this pair is, has a mismatching edge, like not, like an adjacent edge. Therefore, I have, this ZBLL, right? Like, that's what I kind of thought to myself. One more time, I guess. Yeah. But then I realized, wait, but these two corners don't match. And in that moment, I kind of panicked. I was like, these two corners don't match, so it's not the case that I think it is. And then I kind of remembered what case it was, but then I was like, I am pausing for far too long, let me just solve it. So then I just did OCLL and then PLL. Yeah, no, I do remember it was that ZBLL because I did this OCLL, not the inverse. And I know that I didn't use ZBLL in my 3x3 solves. But ironically, I use them in my 5x5 solves. In both of my 5x5 solves, I got ZBLLs that I recognized. I think one of them was this one. Like... hang on. Like, no, not that one. Not... I think it was... yeah, I think it was like something like that one. But anyway, yeah. It was, so fourth solve was the best one of the average. I forget exactly what it was like, but I got, what happened was I recognized, as I was doing this back right pair, I recognized a very easy OLS, which I mean, what the OLS was literally just the regular F2L case. It was like, this case. But the thing is, I recognized it ahead of time, and I knew, okay, I should start recognizing PLL immediately. So I did the OLS, and then, yo, nice! You solved F2L, Saiyan? That's awesome. That's awesome. But anyway, I recognized the OLS, and then I immediately went to PLL, which if I remember correctly, was an R perm. Like, it was this R perm. But I don't remember for sure. And then the final solve, I don't remember too much about the final solve at all. It ended with a G perm. It ended with, like, probably the worst G perm in my opinion. Oh, you solved the whole cube. That's, yeah, congratulations, man. I just, because you're working on F2L, I assume you solved F2L, but, like, if you solved the whole cube, that's awesome. Congrats, man. But, anyway, what was I gonna say? It's this G perm, which in my opinion is the worst G perm. Oh wait, no, it wasn't that G perm. It was the one that was, let me see if I could get it. No, it's not that one either. Was it this one? Okay, yeah, no. I forget how to get them. Okay, I think it was this one. So, okay, looking at it right now, I'm forgetting how to do it. So it's like a miracle I did it in competition. God damn it. Like, do you ever just do that? Do you ever just forget a PLL? Like, I gotta try to remember that soon. But anyway, what was I gonna say? So the fifth solve was the worst solve. And the reason was because I just had bad EO in the beginning. I recognized, I believe, on like the blue-green axis that I had a green edge solved. So in my head I was like, let me use this to build the line. But then I noticed that I had a 6 flip on blue-green. And then I was like, shoot, this is a really hard case. So I rotated to red-orange, and then I believe I had an 8 flip. I could be wrong. It could have been a 10 flip for all I know. All I know is that it was a case that was very hard for me to inspect in such a short amount of time. So I rotated back to green, and then I was like, let me try my best. And then I started the timer, I did a few moves, and then I'm like, this isn't right at all. So that was my fourth solve. And after all that, I got a sub 20 official average, which was much better than I was expecting. I was expecting to get nervous and get like a 20-second average. Hey GPL, today we're talking about this past weekend. We were doing some casual Megamink solves. I got distracted from that, so let me continue that right now. But I was also showing off, like, not reconstructing my 3x3 solve, but I was kind of showing off, like, certain cases I got. But I was, like, really happy with 3x3 because, like, I didn't expect to get a sub 20 average in competition. I was like, no way. Like, I always, like, mess up 3x3 when I'm under pressure. So I expected it to be the same thing. Okay, we're missing one. Oh, here it is. So, after that was Scube. Well, I mean, after that was lunch, and then when I got back from lunch, I was doing Scube. And I just want to address the controversy. No, not the controversy. I want to address the... Yeah, okay, so first solve of the average, I don't think there was too much notable. I think I saw, like, a layer with 2 corners on it, like, already solved, so I just went with that. And then I did Sarah's intermediate, because I didn't get an NS case I knew. Second solve, here, let me try reconstructing it. I don't have the exact scramble, but I know how to do something similar. Wait, hang on, okay, yeah. This is like what the scramble for, no, maybe not that. That would be too easy. Okay, I believe the scramble for the second solve was this. Something along these lines. It was a 2-move first layer. Oh wait, no. Maybe, okay, wait, no. No. Wait, no, I just learned this case. Didn't I? No, I didn't. Did I? No, I didn't, okay. I doubted myself there. Oh man. Okay, so let me try to do this reconstruction, right? So it was something like that. It was something like this for the reconstruction, where I had a 2-move green layer, and then I saw I had this. At first, I had no idea what I was looking at. I saw this, and then I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be a great solve. And then when I saw this, I thought I had, like, for some reason I thought I had parity because I saw these two and then these two, and I'm like, but that's not possible. I didn't realize that these two were solved, and I'm like, oh wait, this is triple sledge. Like, this is like this Z-perm without one move. Like, it's the easier version of the Z-perm. And in that moment, I'm gonna call it that I pulled a square one. And what I mean by that is like I mentioned back when I did square one, I completely like my brain shut off and then I was like, oh no, I don't know how to recognize cases anymore. And I just started doing random turns. That's what I did in that moment. I saw this and then I forgot how to do the algorithm. I just started turning. And then basically, instead of doing the algorithm to solve the cube, let's not mess it up again. Like, instead of doing that algorithm, I basically re-scrambled the puzzle. And then you could hear me. I said, "Oh no," when I realized I did that. I was really disappointed in myself. Cause like that could have been like a PR, that could have been a sub 5 solve, but instead of taking like an extra second or an extra 2 seconds to say, hey, let me make sure I do this algorithm right, I just went right into it and then I did random moves and then that messed everything up. Yeah, no, that emoji that you posted, GPL, that was me. And then, yeah, from there on, I was, like, pretty disappointed. But, third solve, I felt pretty encouraged, because I got an 8-second solve with, an NS case I knew. And, like, that morning, I drilled every single NS case I knew that morning. It was, the one I got was, hang on, what was it? It was this one, right? So it's the one where you have the pi and then a z-perm going across the front corner, which like goes like, it goes like that. So when I did that, I felt a lot better. And then the judge, I'd say the judge I had for Skewb, for like most of Skewb, was like the nicest judge I had, because he like engaged me in conversation. I only thought about it after the average. I was like, maybe I shouldn't have spoken to him, because the two of us were probably distracting the other solvers, and I didn't realize that until after. And I feel bad now looking back. But on the last solve, I don't really remember the fourth. I don't remember the fourth solve, so I don't think anything notable happened on it. But on the last solve, I had it just ended with a U-perm, right? Or I think it ended with a U-perm on like white yellow. So let me try to like reconstruct that. Yeah, so it was like this. I started doing the U-perm. I did like this, and then I realized like what's it called? Like it was a split-second decision. I realized I could continue the algorithm and pop my cube, or I can pause and slow down. And then I paused and slowed down, and then did the final sledgehammer to solve the cube. And yeah, I'm gonna, what's it called? I came in a very good place for Skewb. I was well into the top 50%. So that told me, between Pyraminx and Skewb, that sort of told me that those are my two strongest events. Even though I don't practice them as much as 3x3, like, that, it tells me that, like, me loving those events and, like, practicing them, like, as much as I did, like, made it so that it's like it made it so that they're my strongest events, and I felt really, really good about that. I was like, I just felt like I was a good solver for those cubes. And then Pyraminx, something very similar happened to Skewb, or like something very, Pyraminx was strange is all I'll say. First solve was a 6. I believe I did. Here, let me try pulling up the video for Pyraminx, because I want to remember exactly. I'm gonna break it down like solve by solve, I guess. Um, because this was Pyraminx round 2, right? Like I made Pyraminx round 2. My goal for it, like, I made it into round 2. I was the last one to make it into round 2. I said to myself, my goal is to not come in last again. Because I realized, hang on a second. I was the last one to get into the second round, so I want to beat the people who beat me, like, in the past round. And spoiler, I succeeded, but I didn't know if I was going to. Okay, so let me just I'm pausing and I'm going back to the first solve. Okay. So what happened in the first solve was I'm trying to see what my solution was. So I solved those tips, and then I believe I'm doing one flip here. That's what I'm doing. I recognized a one flip solution immediately that was like pretty easy. And then I did that. I rotated, and then I did a this move on a Pyraminx, which solved the cube. And that was a 6-second solve, so I thought we are off to a great start. That is, aside from the miss scramble, that's my PR. Let's get into the next one, though. Next one is where it goes downhill. Okay, yeah, I'm already seeing, I don't remember the scramble, but I'm already seeing it looks weird. I'm gonna see what I do here. I think, did I do one flip? Okay, I see exactly what I did here. You're pretty good at Pyraminx. I believe you. Pyraminx is a fun event. I'd say it's the easiest for a beginner to learn, because there's like very few cases you need to know. And Scube is also very easy for a beginner. So I think like if you want to teach a beginner, teach them Pyraminx or Scube. Is Pyraminx a cube or a twisty puzzle? I mean, here's the thing. It's not a cube, like it's not like a shape of a cube, but like sometimes when I'm speaking colloquially about like Rubik's puzzles, like twisty puzzles, I like cube and twisty puzzle are synonymous. Even though in geometry that is objectively wrong, there is synonymous when I'm talking about like Pyraminx, or like when I'm talking about like other non-cube shaped puzzles. Like just in casual speech, I don't go up to a geometry class and go, yes, this is a cube, because that's wrong. But like, I don't know. Anyway, so what happened in the second solve was I saw 2 edges, and then I think I saw the third one that I would do one flip with, right? And then what happened was I made the top, I built the top, and then I solved the tips. And then what happened from there was I got a really bad one flip case. So I had to rotate the puzzle and then do that case, and then rotate again for bottom layer. So let me see what the bottom layer was. Okay, bottom layer was another like sexy move type of solution, so that's not too bad. Third solve is where it really gets messy. If I remember correctly, third solve is similar to the final solve of the first round, where I try to do Oka, and then I completely mess up, and then I have to improvise. So I see like one... Yeah, see, okay, I have a bar, which is, I believe, what it's called when you could set up to Nutella, right? Oh, I remember what happened now. Okay, so I solved the tips, and then Oh, oh no. Okay, yeah. So, so I see what I did. I, I think I tried to do Nutella, but then I did the wrong move, which is the right move, but it's the wrong move. um, and then I solve an edge, and then I try to solve the rest of the top. I end up with woe. I end up with a woe top, which is like when the top is completely solved, nothing else happens, but like when the bottom isn't solved. So I try to do the woe algorithm, I do it wrong, and I end up with a Nutella case. And then I do the Nutella case, and then after that, I once again pull a square one, meaning I do random turns. um, I do random turns as I did in the square one solve. Because I completely panicked. You could hear me in the thing saying, I forget how to do this algorithm. I forgot how to do like the most basic algorithm, like it was the first algorithm I ever learned on Pyraminx, and I forgot how to do it. And then I solved the puzzle in 23 seconds. So not great. And then okay, I'm gonna turn up the volume on my thing, so you could hear this. I forget how to do this alg. Hang on. That kid who was judging me, he walked up. Sorry, I walked up to the table. I sat down. He looked at my scorecard, and he said, "Your times are really consistent." And I was flustered. Like, he got me. He got me. Like, I was roasted by a kid. And the thing is, I at first, for a split second, I didn't know he was being sarcastic, so I said, "It's not, but thank you." And then I realized he was being sarcastic, so I said, "Oh, I know that you were being sarcastic, though, but thank you." And it just sounded like I was really awkward, which, I mean, like, good for him. He roasted me. But anyway, fourth solve, I started to recover. Like, at that point, I had a 6, a 12, and a 23. I did not think I would make, I did not think I would be able to solve I didn't think I'd be able to solve the cube, right? Or sorry, no, I didn't think I'd be able to not come in last. That's what I was worried about. I thought I would come in last for sure. But okay, what does this solve look like? Okay, so I do one flip here. I once again do one flip, and I could tell because I moved one unsolved edge that was flipped out of the way, and then I solved the two other edges. So I'm starting with one flip. And then, oh, that's what happened. Okay. So I had the easiest case in one flip, which was just L-U-R. Or no, L-U prime R is what the case is. Like, that's the entire algorithm. It's just L-U prime R. And then, but what happened was I misrecognized it as a longer case. I started doing that algorithm. I noticed I was wrong, and then I undid the algorithm and then did the one I was supposed to do. And then after that, I believe I got a 2 flip. Yeah, I got a 2 flip. So that led to a 10-second solve, which I felt like pretty decent about because I was like, this is not going well, so 10 seconds is better than 23 seconds, you know? And final solve of the competition for me. And I told the guy right before I started the solve, this is the last solve of the competition for me. And then he like wished me luck, and I was like really happy about that. Let's see. Ready. I don't know what I did here. I think it looks like I have Nutella. Oh no, no. Wait, from this angle I can't tell what I'm doing. Oh, I think I'm doing, am I doing Oka? Yeah, I did Oka.
Yes.
Okay, so what happened was I did Oka into, I recognized a pretty nice solution for Oka. And then I was successfully able to do it, but then at the end I saw I had a 4 mover, which is normally good, but then I locked up, so I got scared for a split second, and then I managed to solve the cube in 8 seconds. So that was the entire competition. That was the story of me getting into second round of Pyraminx and not coming in last. So after all of those solves, after the freaking 23-second solve and the 6-second solve, my average came to a 10-second average. It was a wild average because it was 6, 8, 10, 12, 23. Like, it's like, what does this guy even average normally? Like, what are those times? Like, what is that? But anyway, okay, let me turn the music back on. So I just spent an hour, wow, that's loud. I just spent an entire hour talking about the competition, which I didn't expect. I expected us to go for a much shorter amount of time. After the competition, I was exhausted, but at the same time, I was really craving more. I was like, I want to do more competitions. I want to be able to show off. I want to be able to, like, say to people, or I want to be able to compare my times to other people, and just like, have fun. And what was it? And from there, I also sort of, I guess my perspective on where I wanted to go forward kind of changed. And I made a post about it last night, but I don't blame people for not reading it because it was a really long post and, like, who gives a crap, But at the same time, what happened was, oh, nice. Oh, sorry. I just read someone's DM. Anyway, so what happened was, I kind of, like, before the competition, I feel like I always switch which event I want to practice. Like, 3x3 has remained the most consistent as, like, my main event, I guess, because, like, I really want to improve with ZZ. I want to get pretty good at ZZ. More importantly, I want to get good at ZZ EO line, which I don't think I'm going to be, I feel like, I don't want to say this because, like, maybe I have a chance, but I feel like I'll forever be behind the top solvers. Like, I mean, of course I will, but I'm saying, like, I feel that as I improve, other solvers are going to improve just as much. So yeah. But, like, that being said, I still want to be good at EO line because, like, first of all, ZZ in general isn't very popular. Second of all, even though ZZ isn't popular, EO line now is even less popular. And I don't think EO line is that good. I just think that there's fun things about it, I think that one thing I noticed about EO line is that people always solve blocks in the exact same way. They always do, like, here, let me just undo corner permutation so, like, you always, whenever you're solving EO line, people always solve, like, a square and then they solve a pair. But that might not always be the most efficient solution, sometimes, sometimes, okay, well, here it is again. But you can easily be sub 10 with EO line. Yeah, I'm getting to that, and I really appreciate the encouragement. And Jesus, that's loud. Okay, but sometimes the best solution isn't to do a pair like that. Yeah, that was a reasonable line block case too. Also glad to see you, Ryan. But sometimes this is good. Solving a pair and then solving the block like that. That is a technique from a method called APB, which Ryan named. He named the method. Shoutouts to Ryan. And that was like a fairly recent development, but I never see any EO line solvers do that ever. So like, and I'm like, why? Like, why don't people do that? It's like actually a good alg set and people don't use it. So like, that's something I want to utilize with EO line because I feel like doing that could be like a lot of fun. Another thing, so I kind of got off topic, but I'm also like on topic at the same time. Hang on. So I'm off topic and on topic at the same time. I apologize. But what the competition made me realize was sort of which events I want to focus on. Because I was, Ryan could attest to this, I was very indecisive about like which events I like the most, which events I don't like. You could also learn my really cool new APB alg set, Flexus sounds like a cool name. Flexus sounds like a cool name, dude. What is that? I don't know what that is. But anyway, what I was saying was, hang on. Alright, how many algs is that variant? Okay, so... man, I'm blanking on what I was saying. So I was always indecisive about which events I liked. I like Megaminx, I like Square One, and I like Scube, I like Pyraminx. But then I'm like, which one do I want to main? Which one do I want to practice the most? And like, and in addition to that, do I want to do 3 blind? Because that is a ton of practice. Like, do I want to practice that more? And the competition kind of answered the question for me. Because it made me realize what I'm good at. Like, what I'm, like, pretty good at. Because again, I made it to the second round of Pyraminx. And I was well into the top 50% of Scube. Like, I was high up for Scube. So, like... that told me that, like, those are the events I should practice. I should improve on Pyraminx and Scube and maybe become, like, a top solver. Maybe become, like, maybe I could learn to one look and then become really good. And, like, practice, like, if I practice really hard, then I could, like, get, like, 2-second averages, maybe even, like, 1-second averages if I practice for, like, years. So, like... It sort of told me, like, this is something I could try, I guess. Yeah, wait, hang on. Let me just read these. You know FR case that you solve with, wait, hang on, let me try this. R prime U2, R2 U, R2 U, R. I think I did something wrong. I don't know that case. I call that a fake pair. Basically, I realized you could purposely make that fake pair, then use EO pair algs to put in the BR. Then you have an extra 117 Flexus algs that will fully solve RB into that. Wait. So, wait, I don't get... Wait, so there's something I don't get, though. Like, does that work with ZZ? Like, it sounds like it's something that you do in addition to EO pair, like directly after EO pair, or like directly in conjunction with EO pair. Oh, it works with ZZ? Awesome. It's the case where the corner is paired to the wrong side of the edge. Okay, got it. You would just put that fake pair into BR, then do an alg. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. I'll have to look into that. Yeah. But anyway, so I realized I'm good at Pyraminx and I'm good at Skewb, so I want to continue practicing those. I need work on Square One, but I'm not quite ready to get into grinding Square One because I want to do like a little bit of method development shenanigans first. I want to be able to sit down and develop all of the Yoilberry like PLLs before I continue practicing. Big cubes also are something I really want to improve upon, but I'm not quite ready for it yet. They're exhausting, and I need like a little bit more Yoilberry PBLs. That sounds like hell. Wait, you're saying like because there's 2 layers on the last layer, it's a PBL. I kind of get what you're saying, but no. But what I'm saying is like permuting the corners and edge pairs on the last layer, which I think that's safe to say is a PLL because you're not doing anything to the bottom layer. So I think it's a PLL. I'm not talking about the ending of the solve. I'm talking about like the yeah. But anyway, I thought you meant the end step. The end step I'm not sure what I want to do with yet. The end step I kind of developed my own intuitive way of solving it, which I could teach people eventually. That sounds kind of fun. But anyway, big cubes. Anyway, long story short with big cubes, they're too exhausting. I want to be able to solve them within the time limit in a competition, but I'm not ready to practice them more. Megaminx, however, it might not be my main event. It might not be something I want like to do a ton, but I think it's fun and I want more practice with it. I want to go into the next comp, maybe even making cutoff. If I could make cutoff with Megaminx and then like get 5 solves, maybe eventually get into like the mid 130s, that would be incredible. Like, so what I've settled on and like what this entire ramble is leading me to and what I'm telling you about these are my main events now, basically. 3x3 is, I feel like Skewb is like my main event, right? 3x3 is an event that I want to improve upon. I want to get really good with ZZ Eoline. I want to use not APB. I want to use Lexus and like other X slotting techniques. I want to use color neutrality. Eventually I want to use ZBLL, but that comes after Skewb. Like, I'm learning Skewb algs before I learn ZBLL. Pyraminx, I just want to, in general, I want to practice it more. There's nothing I spoke to Ryan this morning. He said I should learn V first. I agree with him. Like, so that way I could swap between V first and top first if I want to. V first is something I need to do. And then get better at tips is another thing. But like what I'm basically saying is with Pyraminx right now, I need to just improve upon my general knowledge and my general skills, right? I don't need to like learn a gigantic alg set or like learn an entirely new method. I don't need to learn like new techniques like I do with 3x3. So Pyraminx I'm gonna practice a lot, but yeah, Pyraminx option select, yes. No, the thing is, GPL. Funny you say that. Um, top first is already option select. Top first, you learn like 5 different methods, and then you swap between them. So, so pure makes option select isn't that hard to believe. Um, what else was I gonna say? Um, and then, last but not least, Megaminx is an event that it's not gonna be my main event. However, I think this is the cube that, like, if I'm going somewhere, like if I'm in a car ride, if I'm like fidgeting with it, like in like a class or something like that, like this is the cube that I want. Yeah, but it's different. Yeah, yeah, that's fair. Like I want to be able to get very familiar with this cube and to solve fast with it. So, so basically what I'm saying is concentrated practice on these to start. I'm going to, after I want to focus on these two and then focus on Pyraminx because I don't want to get too crazy and like do concentrated practice on 3 different puzzles. But okay, these two and then casual practice and slow solves with this one. Top first OS is like meta OS. Top and V first OS has been the meta for a while, really? Cause like a lot of people I talk to, they're like, "Oh no, only do V first," and I'm like, "Dude, why?" Okay. Anyway, um, but okay, so concentrated practice with a lot of technical stuff, these two. Casual practice, this one. Like, a lot of my improvement with 3x3, don't get me wrong, a lot of it was by sitting down and learning new techniques, learning new algorithms, like by practicing, you know? But when I was new to 3x3, I improved through repetition. And that repetition is what I need for this. So, I think V1st is better overall because less thinking and you're less tempted to do a rotation. Yeah, no, that's fair. I just don't think the rotation is that bad. But I mean, that could just be, maybe the rotation is bad because it's a short event, so it takes up more time. But like, I feel like it can be fast, but it's not great. I agree with you there. Anyway, so TLDR, I know what I'm gonna focus on now with cubing. The competition helped out with that a lot, and I'm just really excited to get to cubing more. I'm excited to practice more. The competition was just a lot of fun. I saw Timon was doing L3 Eon bottom with top first. Oh yeah. Ryan, that's actually something I thought about. I thought like, I don't have a Pyraminx on me right now, but I thought like, why don't you just look down and then look at the colors of the edges, like on the outside. But in order to do that, I'm gonna need to practice like I need to practice executing the algorithms from the top. You should be one looking, yes. Anyway. Oh man, there's something I forgot to mention. So you just know what you need to do without that. Okay. Oh man, what was I gonna say? There was one thing I forgot about the competition. There was one thing I forgot. But I forget what it was. Like now that I'm trying to remember it, I don't. Let's see what we were talking about. We were talking about Pyraminx. We were talking about V1st and stuff. I was talking about Megaminx and I don't know, man. It might come to me eventually. It may come to me eventually. I don't know. Um, but for now, I don't know what I want to do right now. Do I want to practice Cube? No, let's practice. Let's do some 3x3. Let's do some 3x3. I'm gonna try to let's do a few casual solves first. I'm gonna try to do white front because I want to get started on color neutrality, right? So I just want to get used to EO on white front. But man, this is like torturing me now. What was I gonna say? Earlier as I was talking, I was like, oh, I just remembered something else about the competition. Let me talk about that. But then I was like, no, I don't want to. I want to finish my sentence. But now I forget what my sentence was. Being roasted by a child? No, it wasn't that. But yeah, that was pretty funny. I spoke about that already. I don't know if you were there when I mentioned it. Oh, I remember. Okay, it was related to that, but I mean, it wasn't exactly that. It was related to the Miss Scramble. Okay, well, now my edge orientation is all messed up. Why did I solve like that? Jeez. Anyway, so I wish I don't want to like post my face on my channel, at least not yet. So I wish that I could show you guys my reaction to the Miss Scramble, because I think my reaction to the Miss Scramble is funnier than the Miss Scramble itself. I was like, I was just so confused. I was just like looking around, and then I mouthed what, like my mom recorded it, so I mouthed what at like her camera when I got it. So I wish I could show it, but I don't want to show it right now. Anyway, I messed up GB and got a 29. No. Also, Ryan, earlier on in the stream, I forgot how to do a G-perm, so I'm gonna hopefully it comes back to me, because that's weird. Like forgetting how to do an alg that I do like every other solve. Or I mean, not every other solve, but you know, like 1 in 21 chance. I mean, not even a 1 in 21 chance. Like, what are the chances of getting a G-perm? Or like that one specific G-perm, I don't know. It's weird. GG. that's a nice pun. Okay. It's hard for me to recognize EO here. Like, I'm trying to recognize it through orbits, but I just use the outdated system of recognition. 4 in 72. Okay, nice. Oh, 1 in 21 is correct. Okay. Nice. Yeah, so 1 in 21 chance of getting a G-perm, and I forgot how to do it. Or I forgot how to do one of them. And I mean, I don't think I forgot it, like, for good. I think I just was looking at the G-perm, and I was like, shit, what do I do? Anyway, so it's, so we have a 4 flip and a 2 flip. I just finally recognized the EO here. So if we do that, so that's edge orientation done. I could do that. Wait, no, I'm being silly. 1 in 18 chance. Okay, so that's even worse for me. Like, how do I forget a 1 in 18 algorithm? Okay, so here's a block, and then I'm not gonna. I know I just talked about like Lexus and doing like weird advanced block building stuff like that, but one thing at a time. We're learning color neutrality right now. Where I'm so like yeah. Well, I'm learning color neutrality. I'm not learning like block building right yet. So it feels insane to forget algs randomly. Yeah. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Okay, well, okay. Bad, bad, bad. Okay, I feel like a beginner again because I'm like putting my fingers on the edges as I count them. Oh man. Okay, so I want to talk about, okay, let me talk about the other axes for a second. Cuz the way I started learning to recognize this, like to recognize EO on like with white and yellow on either side, is I'd recognize it like this. Like I'd do the EO recognition like this during inspection, and then I'd rotate, and then I'd... Sorry, that was a spam caller again. Okay, so it's fine to put your fingers. I mean, yeah, it's fine. So, but anyway, but the problem with rotating like that before a solve is that you can mix up your edges, like I do. So I'm gonna need to find a better method for that. Anyway. Anyway. Um. uh, oh my god. What were we doing? Oh yeah, we were doing color neutrality. Okay. um. Okay, so all four of those are bad. So I just know to do a B in the beginning, and then oh, easy. Okay. So I'm just gonna... okay. That was a pretty slow solution, but is that like optimal? Is it optimal to like... I mean, it's not optimal to turn that slowly, but like doing color neutral CFOP will help as well. I will not do CFOP ever. Okay, no, just kidding. Yeah, CFOP is fine. It's just the problem is I've never actually practiced CFOP ever. So it's a method that I'm like not very familiar with. Like I sometimes can do it like casually, like here, let me try a solve with CFOP. But like it's like it feels very alien to me because like I'm familiar with Rue and I'm familiar with ZZ and I'm familiar with Petrus. But like CFOP just feels like it feels weird to me. Oh wait, no, I made the cross backwards. There we go. Cross, and then I rotate, do this, and then I take that pair out, insert, and then ugh. That felt so weird. Okay, anyway. It's like, whenever I do CFOP, I see the appeal, but at the same time, I'm like, why? Oh wait, oh, okay, I started recognizing EO like that, but we're doing white and yellow in front. We're doing like white-yellow axis today. Okay. So I have, this edge, and then these two and this one. So I could make 4 in a row like that, and I have those two that are flipped. 3. Oh wow, EO cross, okay. Nice. Recently I've gone back to my patent pending 3N color neutral solving style of white, green, red. Oh, so like you only solve on green, white, and red. Okay, nice. CFOP feels unfair when it comes to F2L because you easily confuse F2L piece with a misoriented edge, and that just And that just has the color piece. Yeah, yeah, no, exactly. Like I like ZZ F2L because of like the oriented edges make it so much easier. No, that's something I noticed as a beginner is that. Oh wait, crap! I'm recognized. Why am I doing slot neutrality when that edge isn't? Okay, I'm making questionable choices. Anyway, um, that's something I noticed when I was a beginner. I noticed that ZZ has the advantage of edge orientation. Rue has the advantage of having the M slice free, so you could like do wide moves and stuff like that. CFOP doesn't have either of those. Like CFOP has very little choices you could do for F2L. Like it's very limited because you always have to repair the cross. And I was just like, it confused me as a beginner because I was like, how do you know to keep like I didn't know how to keep the cross repaired, you know? Anyway, IMO CFOP feels unfair. Yeah, oh yeah, that's the one I just read. Sorry about that. I'm just kind of doing casual solves right now. I know that I should do time solves. I just want to get used to this axis first, because like I feel like it's messing with my brain a little bit. Ironically, I'll say this now that I'm sub 20 and all that shenanigans with trying to be sub 20 is over. Especially because I'm sub 20 in competition. That feels really good. But back when I was trying to be sub 20, I think part of the issue was excuse me, that kept me from improving was trying to be sub 20. Now, time solves is kind of the enemy of becoming color neutral because it makes you feel bad to be slower versus just doing a lot of solves. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that because I felt weird not doing time solves. But anyway, so what happened was trying to become sub 20 prevented me from doing things that would make me be better at cubing and would therefore help me be sub 20 because I wanted to do what was most comfortable to me as opposed to like what could have been faster, you know? I mean, it also worked in my favor too. It also worked in my favor too because what was I gonna say? God damn it. I'm blanking. It worked in my favor because it prevented me from like learning like bad ZZ subvariants because I would always just want to do the one that I was most familiar with. You do a lot of X's to look at the back. You should work on killing that bad habit. I'll try and work on that, yeah. Cause like I didn't know that this counted as an X move. I thought that if you do an X, then it's this. Like I thought it's like a full like regrip and rotation. I didn't know that this was also X. You wouldn't? Wait, what? Wait, so it doesn't count as X? But it conveys what the it conveys what the motion was. Okay, I see. Got it. Okay, so yeah, okay, that makes a lot more sense. God dang it, what? Okay, so if we do this, And then that means that the edge is not back there, and I'm blind. Okay, yeah, I see what you mean now. I'm trying my best not to do that. Hold the cube. Oh, hold the cube from a top. Bro, why didn't I ever think of that? Why didn't I ever think of that? I'm so used to holding the cube like this. Why didn't I ever think of doing this? I mean, this also feels weird. This feels like I'm in like double non-home grip. Because like, you know when you're not in home grip, you hold it like this. It feels like I'm doing this. Is there like... My exact reaction. Yeah. Oh, not 3x3? Oh, for Mega. Wait, what are we talking about? Wait. Oh, I also learned a very big brain tip for... Oh, Megaminx S2L. Okay, I see. Okay. I'll try that. I'll try that when I do Megaminx. I thought you meant for 3x3. I thought you meant I had to hold it like this from now on. And I was like, okay, I'll hold it like this. Okay, anyway, I don't know how to do that for Mega because I do Spike. Top down for me would be like what? It would be like this, right? Yeah, no, but that leaves blind spots over here. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not even talking about Spike now. Like, let's say you're doing YDH, right? What is top down? Is top down like this, or is it like this? Because, like, I know when you're doing Westland, of course top down is this view, right? But, like, if you're doing, like, YDH, is, like, this top down? Like, I don't know. Okay, I use Spike, so I'm special. Hee hee hee. Oh wait, is the music not looping? Oh yes, it is. Okay. Random thing. I really wanted to play the song Stickerbush Symphony for. I guess it doesn't apply to non-Westland users. Oh well. I really want to play the song Stickerbush Symphony on stream because I feel like that would be a vibe for cubing. That would be that's just a vibe for cubing, you know? But it's copyrighted, so I can't play it. Okay, okay, so something I should... Okay, well, two things I should bring up. First of all, that was wrong, because these two are still flipped. Second of all, I feel like as I'm doing this unfamiliar axis, I completely forget how to do, like, line. I think I could only inspect edges so far. Oh, my voice is getting tired. Like, this is probably the most I've spoken in a stream, like, ever. Because, like, I was non-stop talking about the competition for, like, an hour and a half. Or, no, maybe an hour and 15 minutes. And now, yeah. So, anyway, okay, well, there I did the move that I'm not supposed to. And then... Here, okay, so I don't know, here's the thing, I don't really know the best solution, or like I don't know Lexus, right? So this is likely not very, I mean, not that it's not very good, but I'm saying I'm probably going to get a Lexus case and not know what to do. Okay, now... And then, yep. What do I do here? It's like, oh, okay, that one was easy. Oh, and I did an OLL skip. Nice. Lexus into OLL skip. See, ZZ Eoline is good, guys. You get to do Lexus into an OLL skip. No, just kidding. By the way, Ryan, I feel like I could come out and say it now. Like about a year ago, I kept saying I'm trying to learn a controversial thing for ZZ. The controversial thing was I was trying to learn TDR. But then, like, I kind of realized that there's very few situations where you could actually use TDR usefully in ZZ. I feel like TDR could actually be, like, for ZZ. Like, it could be pretty good. But only in very, very specific situations. Like, setting up to TDR is bad, but, like, if you do left block and then you have the entire right block just, like, solved. Sorry, no. If you have the entire right block just already set up for TDR, then, like, do it, I'd say. But, like, if you have, like... TDR is good if you get it naturally. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I do think it's good. Like, I do think it's potentially really good. I'm just concerned about, like, how often are you going to use it? Because I feel like a lot of the time you're either going to get a good block case or a good pair case, like, to set up into Lexus. Like, I feel like TDR is going to be the least common case you're going to get. But I could be wrong. I didn't do, like, statistics on that. Okay. Also, another thing I need to work on is my EO line itself is inefficient, right? Because that was a 7 mover on this color. And what was EO line supposed to be? Isn't it supposed to be like 6 or 5 or 6 moves, something like that? Oh no, but that wasn't even right. That wasn't even right because these two are misoriented. God dang it. Man, I want to learn PLLCS, but I would never use it. That is me exactly. Dude, PLLCS is so cool. Like, not only do you get like a weird parody PLL case, and you get like and like there's a bunch of algorithms that don't have regrips. So like it seems super cool to me. But the problem is you can't. Like there's no reason to use it in ZZ. Oh, you're an old... Wait, what are you doing? What are you talking about? Are you saying, like... You could in theory... Like, what are you saying? Are you saying that, like, you could do, like a pseudo pair and then do PLLCS? Because that would be interesting. That would be a very interesting way of, like, a very interesting style, I guess. You're learning OLS, but like, I mean, I know that you're learning OLS, but I'm saying like OLS doesn't really correspond to PLLCS directly, so. Oh yeah, see, that's what I thought. Yeah, I'd say go for it, man. That sounds fun. The problem with it is that you need to, like, train yourself to not go for the same corner every time, which can be difficult. Oh yeah, it would conflict with learning ZBLL, that's true. Yeah, no, ZBLLCS sounds awful. Sounds like a nightmare. But the reason why I never said I was learning TDR is because of, I don't know, I feel like, I mean, I don't know, I feel like people have gotten used to, okay, BRB, no problem. I feel like people have gotten used to, in ZMS, me saying, like, okay, I'm learning a cursed thing, or I'm learning a cursed thing for fun. But, like, back then, people thought whenever I said I was learning a cursed thing that I was, like, actually learning it and gonna main it, and... PLLCS? What is that? Okay, hang on, let me demonstrate. Wait, huh? It's this. Where you have, like, what looks like a PLL, but then you have two corners that are swapped in the D layer. And then doing PLLCS solves that. So... God dang it, I see a good solution for the white EO line, but we're not doing that today. We're doing white and yellow in front. Okay, bad, 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 bad. And then those two are bad. Oh wait, no. Let's do that. Okay, I think that's EO line done. I'm going very slowly today. Like, I don't think I need to go this slow for color neutral, but I just want to make sure I'm, like, I just want to make sure I'm used to it, I guess. Wait, how do you do this ZBLL again? Was it like... No. Hang on, let me try doing it on yellow for a second. Welcome back, Ryan. God dang it, I forget the ZBLL. God dang it. Okay, let's... That's how you do it. Okay, so now, next solve, okay. I keep on inspecting on, like, these axes, and then I see a really good solution, and I can't do it, because that's not what we're practicing. That was very good F2L for an axis that I'm not used to. That felt smooth. That felt really good. Okay, so we have two flipped edges if I inspected correctly. And then we could... So that was a... yeah, it looks like that's right. It looks like that's correct. Some of this just looks so wrong to me because I'm like which... I don't know, like... In my head, like, the white pieces always go on top, so seeing a piece like this, where the white is facing that way, like my brain is like, that's a bad edge, but that's, in this case, it's not. So... Oh. Oh wait, no, never mind. That wasn't what I thought it was. We did end up with a 2 GLL though. Okay. Ooh, I did that one wrong. I just messed up V-perm. Yeah, the V-perms are annoying. Like V-perms, N-perms. I mean, I don't really think they're that annoying anymore. Like, now that I'm starting ZBL, okay. I'm not sure if I could say that they're not annoying because I have very slow PLL. Like I timed my... Okay, oh man, I have a lot to say about that. I timed my PLL, it's very slow. It's not like I don't even think it's sub 2 PLL. What is your fastest time? Like ever? My fastest time like ever is like 1288 if I remember correctly. Right now I'm practicing color neutrality. Also glad to have you on the stream, man. Or man gender neutrally. I don't know if you're I don't want to assume. Anyway. What was I gonna say? Recently switched to R3 RUD VPerm. I don't think I've ever used that one. Oh man, what was I gonna say? I'm just a beginner. I mean that's good that you're starting out. Like it's like this is a very like I'd say that this is a very rewarding hobby, so like go for it, man. Or go I keep saying man. Like, you know, that's just in my general lexicon. I don't mean like man when I say man. Anyway, so I use this VPerm. And ironically, I think it's a pretty nice PLL. I mean, it's a VPerm, so it's not great, but like it doesn't feel that annoying. I think I now I like pretty much all of the PLLs I use. Well, what else? Wait, I'm trying to think of a PLL that I don't like, and not maybe EPerm. I just like EPerm is a very like spammable algorithm, but I'm just not good at it. But I don't think I dislike EPerm. But like even NPerms, I like them because I mean I don't like them, but I'm saying like I tolerate them because like one NPerm is really easy. I just do this. Except without the lockups, preferably. Okay, I messed up. That wasn't a good example. That was not a good example, man. Oh god. I'm not starting out. I know how to solve a like a Pyraminx. Yeah, Pyraminx, in my opinion, is a very good it's a very good puzzle, like, to learn. Like, if I feel like people are intimidated by it because, like, it's yeah. Okay, so if people are intimidated by it, but it's not. It's a fun puzzle, and it's not too difficult to learn in comparison to, like, a 3x3 or Mega Minx or something. But anyway, this is the NA perm I use. I think this is like the easiest. This is like the easiest possible PLL that a beginner could learn. Because it's basically spamming the same moves over and over again. And then this is the NB perm I use, which is Regripless. OMG, it's the bad N perm. Yeah. That is the one. I do use the bad N perm trademark. Hang on. God dang it, YouTube changed it into an emoji. I do have like a trademark thing. Like, I know how to type trademark on my computer. But I mean, I like both of those better than, like, the standard ones. I forget what I mean, like, this one can be pretty standard. But I forget. I learned a different one before I learned this one, like the one I just showed, and I hated it. It was not a fun alg. The emoji is funnier. I'm glad. Anyway, yeah, there isn't really any PLL that I dislike. I think ZBLL has kind of taught me to dislike ZBLL more. Like, I dislike this one. Wait, no, not that one. That wasn't the one. It was... Hang on, let me just... I mean, I do dislike this one just because I mess it up a lot, but I think this is the one I dislike. No, wait, no, that's a TTLL. How do I do it? Okay, I mean, I guess it's a good point to show that I don't like the ZBLL because I'm trying to learn a new method, but it takes time to learn. That is totally fine, and I agree with you. Like, it can be difficult understanding certain methods. What I personally recommend just look at, like, any method and then just look at which one makes the most sense to you. Because, like, most people recommend, like, beginners and CFOP. And I learned beginner just fine. But when I tried learning CFOP, I was very confused. And then, like, Rue, like, when I was starting out, Rue just made more sense to me. I was just, like, watching people do Rue, and having the M slice free gave me a lot more freedom, and it let me like, having the M slice free gave me freedom and allowed me to have, like, easier solutions for these blocks, in my opinion. But Rue isn't for everyone. A lot of people tell me that, like, their experiences were very different. A lot of people say, like they didn't understand it at all as a beginner, and they understood CFOP more. So it's just a matter of whichever one you're comfortable with. If you want to learn ZZ, which I don't know if that's the route you want to go. Like, I understand if you wouldn't want to go that route. I'd recommend start out by practicing, I'd say like practice. I mean, practicing edge orientation is very important, right? But edge orientation is the hardest part of the solve, so it can be discouraging to people. It can be very discouraging to people. So if you're like sure that you want to do ZZ, just scramble it up with RULD. Like don't oh well I just made a block there unintentionally. Like don't do F moves basically. Which isn't a good way of practicing, but like it's a good way of practicing like F2L if you want to use ZZ. So like okay, so after I do that, then I could do stuff like stuff like that, except better than I did because I fumbled a little bit. But yeah. And then when it comes to learning EO line, I guess I'm explaining this to like anyone who's listening. I'm not necessarily explaining it to that person in chat, because the reason why is because like I don't know, like they might not want to learn it. People may want to learn it, so I'll just explain my advice. Learning edge orientation is going to take a very long time. I mean, not a very long time, but it's going to take like about a week's worth of practice to get it written on your brain. Which may be like a little discouraging. I got headaches when I was learning edge orientation. But like after a week of practicing, like the misoriented edges just pop out at you. They're very obvious. But like in the beginning it's going to be very hard to see. But yeah. Anyway, I think I didn't know how I was going to end the stream, but I think I guess that's a good place to end it. We've reached the 2-hour mark. I enjoyed the competition. I enjoyed talking to you guys about the competition. And tomorrow, oh boy, tomorrow's 11 by 11 day, isn't it? Question is, do I want to solve the 11 by 11? I don't think I do. But we might have to do that. That might be... It might be necessary. Who knows? I'll see what I want to do tomorrow. I've been tired recently, so I might even want to take a break, but I don't think... I understood beginner method in 5 days. Yeah. I mean, again, it takes time to learn methods. So what was I going to say? So I don't think I'll need a break, but I'm saying, like, because I've been tired, I might need one, but I doubt it. I'll probably be back tomorrow. But anyway, yeah. Later on this week, we're probably going to do... I might do more color-neutral practice on my own, because I don't think it's very entertaining to watch me just sit there and do that. I have to finish the FMC solve that I was going to do, that I was doing last week, because I never finished that. And thirdly, I have a bunch of, I wanted to do some, Master Pyraminx and Professor Pyraminx things. So we'll probably do that. We'll probably do that sometime this week. Who knows? And once again, Scube. I'm gonna be doing a lot of Scube. So yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you for listening to my comp stories. And I'll see you guys later. Take care.